Hey guys, welcome to Circle City Concepts. Looking at 2011 Harley Davidson Road Glide. It's been heavily customized. This actually started life off as an Road Glide Classic, and it's been transformed to what you see today. This was bought from an insurance auction. It had a very small front end hit, which basically just messed up the front bearing up there and the front fender, which we were going to be customizing anyway, so it was no big deal to us. The rest of the bike was pretty much intact, untouched. So starting off in the rear here, first off, let me get to this paint color. This has been a very super popular color called Frostbite White. It's a special blend that we made in-house, and I hope you guys can pick it up on the video. Sometimes it's hard to pick it up, but you can see here in this paint, a little bug on the paint, it's a really high metallic pearl, but the beautiful thing about this particular white is a lot of pearls. Sometimes they look dirty in certain angles. This one always has a pure white look to it, which is really unique to a lot of pearl paints. So this was a special blend that we made several years ago, and it's been a phenomenal hit. So these bugs keep getting all over this paint, so if you see bugs on the black spots in the paint, it's not chips, it's actually bugs. But anyway, let's start off in the rear. Stretch saddlebags, custom rear fender. The tail light, the Harley Davidson logo light, that is actually your tail light and brake light, so that does light up. There's a spot down here for your license plate. There's LED spot right there for your license plate. Full stretch bags. These bags are actually deeper inside. They're not just little extensions. These mufflers are custom CFR mufflers. They have extended tips. These are, you cannot buy these. These were actually specially made for this project. We made them, designed them through CFR for this project. This bike actually was a show bike for the company for a couple of different years, and we decided to move on and sell this thing and get something different. So so these mufflers are extended from CFR. This was a special project that they did for us, and powder coated them black, so you can see how far they actually stick back to give it a real muscly look to it. We paired those up with Reinhardt True Dual exhaust that we powder coated ceramic black. Let me get back to these saddlebag lids. Skip these. So these lids right here are custom saddlebag lids that have, you can see these little strips right here. These are actually, they also function as turn signals. So when you turn your turn signals on, those actually will light up on each side. And they actually also function as brake lights as well. So when you hit your brake light, the Harley logo light and those other two on the lids will light up, and they also function as turn signals, which is pretty unique. These are speaker lids. However, the speakers right now currently are not hooked up. We just put these on for display purposes. They are actually not hooked to the radio right now. And I believe, if I remember correctly, we actually ran the wiring under the tank, but we just got busy with something else. We never actually hooked the speakers up, so they just need to be hooked up to the speakers, which anybody can do that. This bike does have an FBI drop seat conversion on it, so you can see how much lower the seat pan actually sits. This is actually not just a seat, this is a whole rear frame section that was added to this bike to actually make the seat portion of this bike lower 3 inches. So it's actually 3 inches lower to the ground than a stock bike. So if you're a little bit shorter, this would be perfect. Plus it just gives it a unique look. So FBI, Fat Baggers Inc., that's what that stands for. And you can add a rider's backrest right here if you want to. We did full contrast controls on this. You can see how much powder coating we did on the engine. We did a wrinkle black on the engine with the transmission cover, the timing chain cover, rocker covers, all push rod covers. We did white accents on the push rod covers. white heat shields. This has quite a bit of customization done to it, and I haven't got to the best part of it yet. Again, contrast cut floorboards, brake pedal, custom Screaming Eagle logo there. Come up to the tank, black console. This bike only has 6,500 miles on it, so it's a low mileage bike. Again, this bike is usually just trailered everywhere. It's hardly ever ridden, so that's why so low of mileage. It's just ridden, or it's trailered from place to place, put on display, and put back in storage. So blacked out controls. It does have a factory radio in it. Custom mirrors. These handlebars are drag style handlebars. Give it a really sleek race type appearance to it. Kind of really beefy. We did run all the wiring internally inside the handlebars, so no exposed wires there. Bike does have cruise control. Shorty windshield. We did do a eyebrow visor on the headlight. All right, now let's get up to the front end. This is where the meat and potatoes of the customization is happening. I hope the wind's not too bad. I apologize if it is. All right, so what we decided to do on this bike, what we were after when we built this bike, is we wanted a bike that had a low, wide, like a bulldog type stance to this bike. So what we ended up doing is we took a rear wheel and tire, so a 180 millimeter wide rear tire on a 18-inch front wheel, or 18-inch wheel that is typically designed for a rear. We mounted it for the front end application on this particular bike. So this came with a lot of engineering challenges. So what we had to do is we had to custom mill down some forks, and something that I wanted to do, I wanted this to ride on a factory set of triple trees. So the triple trees that are on this bike is a factory set. This is not a bolt-on. I know since we have built this, there are several companies out there that make triple tree kits. Now you can bolt this stuff on. We did this before any of that was even out. So this was truly in-house customization. So we milled down some factory fork legs, factory fork cans, modified those a little bit. We took a factory front fender. This is a factory front fender that we had to split right down the middle, add sheet metal to it to accommodate this wide front tire. So this was a lot of work on this front end to make it work like this and to ride like factory. So this is literally a factory setup as far as suspension on the front, but just with a rear tire and wheel front wheel. So very neat look. Handles great. I put this bike on the interstate right after we built it, and I set the cruise control, I think, on 80 miles an hour, and I rode down the interstate with no hands. So it tracks true. No issues with that. More customization on the floorboard, shift linkage, shifter, heel toe shifters, blacked out the primary, derby cover, horn. Did a blacked out crash bar, blacked out turn signals. The nick that we have here is we have a little bit of a nick in this handlebar grip. It nicked into one of the side walls of the shop one day. So again, more bugs on this paint, but I hope you guys can see this paint because it is absolutely gorgeous. When we came out with Frostbite, the street glide that we built a few years back, we had such a huge success with this color. It's just gorgeous. We built several bikes with this particular color because there was just the response to it was just overwhelming. And after we built Frostbite, the first Street Glide that we built with this color, we built this bike. And then we built 2 or 3, 4 since then in this exact color. But this has a very, very unique look to it. I'll fire up the bike so you guys can hear the True Duals with the CFRs. The CFRs gives a very deep, unique sound to it, and I'm sure you're not gonna be able to pick it up in the video. I'll try, but some exhaust has like almost like a crackle. It's like it's loud. It's a crackling sound. This does not have it. It almost has a beefy rumble to it. So let me fire it up and hopefully you guys can hear it. Sure how well that came across on the audio. Probably not very good, because it seems like whenever I watch these videos back, the exhaust does not sound nearly as good as it typically does in person. This bike has such a deep rumble to it. It just has such a boss sound to it. It's so awesome. So anyway, again, 2011 Road Glide. This is technically a Road Glide Ultra. Did have a tour pack rack and stuff on it when we first got it in. We stripped all that stuff off, turned it in what you see now. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this build, and this will be going up for sale here very, very soon.